Alright guys, welcome back to another anime review. Today we're talking about episode 39 of Pokemon Journeys. It is finally time. You guys, this was such a fire episode. But I don't think I need to say anymore. I'm just gonna get right into it. Ash is training Pikachu and Riolu together when Go tells Ash that they should go to Johto immediately because B is currently there. So you know my boy had to go right away so he can get his redemption. We cut to the Cianwood gym as B's Grapploct and Chuck's Poliwrath are battling it out in close range. Chuck is Cianwood Gym's gym leader, so of course he's able to keep up with B. B then gets a notification of a nearby championships challenger as Ash throws open the doors to the gym and challenges B to a rematch. This was actually a really cool moment. I loved it. Though B only remembers him as that one Riolu's trainer, Chuck actually remembers Ash from when he challenged him all the way back in the Johto series, which is so nostalgic for me because that happened so long ago. And I'm really glad this series is keeping continuity and referencing a lot of older events. It's just really cool. It's a nice callback for us OG fans. Chuck explains that Ash won his badge during a head-to-head battle, and then B accepts Ash's challenge. They get right to the battlefield as the Rotom drone flies in and sets up a 2v2 battle. Ash sends in Pikachu first while B sends out her Hitmontop, and the battle begins. Hitmontop starts with Gyro Ball, and Pikachu is able to avoid it and counter with Thunderbolt, but Hitmontop is able to move so quickly and accurately while spinning that it's able to avoid the Thunderbolt. Pikachu then attacks with Quick Attack to knock Hitmontop into the air, and follows up with Electro Web, which connects and reduces Hitmontop's speed, and makes it spinning harder to do, which is what Ash was aiming for. So already we're getting some strategy here. However, Hitmontop then pumps itself up with Focus Energy to help it get spinning again. It's not very accurate to the games, but I guess in the anime lore it could work. Hitmontop then gets Pikachu with a pretty strong triple kick, and Ash realizes that he really has to do something to stop or limit Hitmontop's spinning if he wants to win. He then has Pikachu spread an Electro Web across the entire battlefield since Hitmontop's spinning relies on it being grounded, which was honestly it was a really cool move and another awesome use of Electro Web, which has been so useful already in this series. Hitmontop now can't move anywhere without getting caught by the Electro Web. It then gets caught, and Pikachu finishes it with an Iron Tail and Quick Attack combo. I already love how this battle's going. Both trainers have strategies and ways to back up their strategies, so they both have to try to find ways to beat each other's strategy backups. The fact that there's so many smaller plans and strategies happening here shows how in-depth this series can get with its battles, and I love it. Ash now has a 1 Pokemon advantage over B, which is already far better for him than how their last battle went. Ash then sticks with Pikachu as B sends out that Grapploct that we were all waiting for. Pikachu charges in with Quick Attack, but Grapploct is able to counter with a flurry of strikes with Close Combat, which lasts for a pretty long time and it looks just brutal. Like, this Pikachu's a champ, because right after this, while it's being sent flying, it fires off a Thunderbolt and gets a good hit onto Grapploct. Grapploct then goes for Octolock, that terrifying Octolock, and Ash has Pikachu meet it head-on with Iron Tail. Pikachu avoids most of Grapploct's tentacles, but one of them catches him, and suddenly Pikachu is trapped in Octolock. It's so quick. He just catches you, just snaps you in, and you're trapped. While Pikachu struggles, Ash tries to get it to use Thunderbolt and Iron Tail to break free, but Pikachu can't get the moves off. Honestly, Octolock is scary. He's just like holding you so tightly that you just can't do anything, no matter how much you struggle. B then has Grapploct strike with Liquidation, and much like Riolu last time, Pikachu can't handle that move combination. Pikachu goes down, and both Ash and B are left with 1 Pokemon. Riolu runs out to care for Pikachu, picking him up and carrying him back to Ash. Riolu watched the whole fight and remembers his own struggle against Grapploct last time, of course. Both Ash and Riolu know that this rematch has to happen, and so Riolu is sent out to battle Grapploct. The effects of the last battle heavily influence Ash and Riolu, and they're ready now to try to redeem themselves without fear. This is such a hype moment. We've been waiting. It feels like we've been waiting forever for this. It's really only been a few episodes, like a few weeks. B tries to have Grapploct start with Liquidation, but Riolu's Vacuum Wave manages to come out and strike before Grapploct gets a chance to move. Instead of not doing much before, it actually stops Graploct's Liquidation, unlike last time, which shows that Riolu has actually gotten stronger since their last battle. B then commands Grapploct to use Octolock, the move that left Ash's Pokemon helpless before. Ash was waiting exactly for a chance to overcome that move, and B catches a smile on his face as Riolu gets caught by Octolock. Instead of struggling, Riolu has a calm and determined look on his face as he stays there, trapped by Octolock. Grapplock then changes its position to try to make it more unbearable, but Riolu still stays composed. Ash tells it to relax and stay perfectly calm, and Riolu begins storing up energy instead of just wasting it panicking and struggling. Just as Ash isn't desperately throwing out commands, now as he did last time. They're both prepared for this, and now is when they strike. Ash has Riolu fired off an explosive Force Palm with its free hand, blowing away Grapplock and letting Riolu do the seemingly impossible and escape from Octolock. This moment means so much, honestly. This is such an insane moment because we've been waiting for this. We saw how much work that move did. That move just destroyed Ash. And it even did work this battle too. And now it has finally been overcome. After seeing this, Bee declares that she and Grapplock will give an all-out response. Grapplock charges in to use close combat, and Riolu charges in to meet it with another Force Palm. The two meet, and Riolu dodges all of Grapplock's strikes. That boy had the jukes. He was dodging left and right. It looked so cool. Then Riolu grabbed onto Grapplock to use Force Palm. But at the instant Force Palm strikes, Grapplock manages to get in a single close combat hit with one of its tentacles. And so both Pokemon are flung to the ground. Both of them stay lying down for a bit. And neither of them get up, move, or even make a sound. So the Rotom drone declares the match to be a draw, stating that neither trainer's ranking will be changed, and then flies away. That's it. That's it. That's how the battle ends. They really just did that. I'm not joking. They actually had it end in a draw. No one expected this. No one predicted this. Well, at least I didn't see anyone. But there's no way. I certainly did not see this coming. I thought he either would have lost or won. I did not expect a draw. But honestly, I feel like this is the perfect way to end it. But I'll get into that later. Chuck then exclaims that it was a fantastic battle and invites everyone to a picnic with a ton of sweets. When we see Ash begin to eat, it becomes clear that Bee is quite a fan of sweets herself, as she's already wolfing down a ton of the food. Bee and her Pokemon share their food with Pikachu and Riolu, since they did such a great job during their battle. And that was honestly a really cute moment. Ash and Go are surprised to see this softer side of Bee, but they're glad that they get to know more about her. And I am too, honestly. She was really cute here. Bee then declares her dream to end Leon's winning streak and become the world champion. Ash, of course, declares that, he will be the one to do it. And the two become rivals on equal footing with respect for each other. This is it. This is Ash's first rival in Pokemon Journeys. And I'm so happy that it's Bee. She's gonna be such an awesome rival. Honestly, even though Ash didn't win the battle and Riolu didn't evolve, I'm not disappointed at all. This episode was just fantastic for so many reasons. The strategies and counter strategies being implemented during the battle were so interesting to follow, even during the less important Pikachu versus Hitmontop battle. Ash and Riolu coming together with a plan to overcome Octolock and their fears was just perfect. The parallels with Riolu needing to stay calm to escape from Octolock and Ash needing to stay calm to carry out the strategy was so fitting when we remember how they lost last time, when they were both panicking. And we even got to see a new, nicer side of Bee at the end of the episode. She and Ash were a bit hostile towards each other at the end of their last encounter, so I'm glad that they're now both on good terms with each other. And Ash finally has a new rival for this series. And that's why I think a draw was perfect for this, because it'll only spur their rivalry, along with the fact that they're both competing for the same goal. If one of them had won, it might have made the rivalry less powerful, because now it's like, who's actually the better of the two? Ash lost last time, but they tied now. It wasn't just that he lost, he got destroyed, and now they're even? Which one of them is better? Now we're gonna wanna see and find out. And they're gonna wanna do the same thing. It's just really good writing. Honestly, I think that was the perfect way for that battle to turn out. And I think this is the first time that Ash has had a gym leader as a rival, since I didn't really see Brock, Misty, Silent, or Clement as rivals. They were more like travel companions, and they didn't really compete with each other. Regardless, Bee is absolutely stronger than any of them were when they were traveling with Ash, and she'll probably be stronger than any of Ash's previous rivals by the end of this series, since they're competing to be the strongest in the world, and not just a single region. This is not the Sinnoh League, it's not Unova League, this is the World Championships. Pokemon Journeys has done it again. It has unbelievably made me even more excited for the rest of the series than I was before. I didn't even think that was possible. Every time I don't think it's possible, but they just do it again and again. I really respect the series for not having Riolu evolve already, or have Ash win the rematch so soon after their first battle. Even though they could have. They totally could have, because the series has already been doing so many weird things, but now they do something that that's also kind of weird, but also makes sense. Because, like, you know, they were really setting it up for Ash to win this rematch, but he didn't. But it also makes sense that he didn't. But he still actually overcame Octolock, even though he didn't win the battle. He achieved his goal. Honestly, Pokemon Journeys is just doing its own thing, and I am all for it. With that, though, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments, and like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you think you'd like to keep up with my content. And with that, I'll see you with the next episode.